Quintana, coming to you from the Beehive. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fun cookie sheet card using the Cookie Cutter Christmas bundle. This bundle consists of the Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp set with all these fun characters and the matching Cookie Cutter Builder Punch. If you buy both of these together as a bundle, you can save 10%. So this is the card that we'll be making, and I just love how this cookie sheet reminds me of baking gingerbread men at Christmas. So I thought it would make a really fun Christmas card. Let me show you how to make this card. To start off with, you're going to need a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and I've cut this piece to 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and then I scored it in half at the 4.25 inch mark. Then we just need to fold it along the score line, and I'm going to use my bone folder to smooth down that fold. Then you're going to need your real red ink pad. And I've chosen a greeting from the Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp set, warm heartfelt greetings for a very Merry Christmas. And I've already got my greeting mounted on a block. I'm just going to ink it up here. And I'm going to stamp it right at the very bottom. I need to leave myself enough room for the cookie sheet so it's really close to the bottom and then centered like that. Then we're going to need the Crumb Cake Ink Pad. And I'm using one other stamp set, this splatter image from the gorgeous Grunge stamp set. So I'm just going to take the splatter stamp and I'm going to do some stamping right on the edges and corners of the cardstock, just to make it look a little bit like cookie crumbs. Then you can set your card base aside for the moment. And then you'll need another piece of crumb cake cardstock. I've cut this piece to 2 inches by 5.5 inches. If you want, you can use a scrap piece of cardstock for this purpose. Then you're going to need your soft suede ink pad and the gingerbread man stamp, which I've already got mounted on a block. And I'm just going to ink up my little gingerbread man. I'm going to stamp him feet first onto the end of the strip. And then I'm going to turn the piece around because the punch is oriented so that you insert the piece feet first. Okay, then you're going to need your cookie cutter builder punch. I'm going to open it up and let's punch out these two little guys. Just make sure I center him. Once he looks good, go ahead and punch. And there will be pieces of cardstock that might jump out at you because there's other things that you can punch out besides the gingerbread man. And then let's just punch the other one like that. Then I thought it would be fun to use the chalk marker to make some of these lines look more like white icing. So I'm just going to follow along these little lines with my chalk marker just to make them a little whiter than they would appear. I'm going to do the hair, and I'm also going to do his little smile. So do the same thing for the other one, just to add little detail to make him look even cuter. Okay, this is what it kind of looks like close up. You can see it's just adding a little white highlight to the gingerbread man. Then I want to have the eyes and the buttons pop a little bit. So I'm going to use some Rhinestone Jewels and a black Sharpie to create eyes. So black Sharpie sticks onto these Rhinestone Jewels. So I'm just going to color them, and that will create little eyes. Then you can use a red Sharpie to create little buttons for the body. Then I just like to use my paper piercing tool to transfer over the jewels. It's easier to transfer them on the tip. It's hard to pick these up with a finger. And I like using the Rhinestone Jewels because they're a little shimmery. They catch the light really well. And they'll make your gingerbread man look really cute on the cookie sheet. So here's a close-up again of the gingerbread man. You can see the shiny eyes and the shiny buttons. Then set these guys aside. Now it's time to make the cookie sheet. So you're going to need a piece of silver foil sheet, And I've cut this piece to 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And we're going to score the same measurement on all 4 sides. We're going to score at the 1/8 inch mark and the 1/2 inch mark. This 1/8 inch mark is harder to get to, so I'm keeping my fingers over on this side. I'm just going to come down and make sure you get a nice clean scoring on all 4 sides. And that's how the scored piece looks like. So next we're going to cut away the corners. So where the second score line comes in, I'm going to cut away each of the corners. And now your piece should look like that with the corners cut away. So next we need to fold the cookie sheet. So I'm just going to very slowly bend down this back score line like that. So on this longer side, you're just going to go very slowly because it's really hard to fold right on the end. So you're just going to really work slowly and just going to fold it slowly. And then just kind of work your way along until it comes down. And do that for this end piece again, like that. And we just have one more side. Let's just kind of slowly dent it downwards. There really is some foil content in the foil sheet. So kind of fold it down like that. And then we can just fold up these other pieces. These ones will be a little easier because they're a little further in. So just make sure you get all 4 sides folded up. So the nice thing about not having a sheet with corners is if you mail this card, this cookie sheet can actually lay flat. And then when the recipient gets it, if they want to, they can push up the sides of the cookie sheet and make it look more like a traditional cookie sheet. So now we just need to assemble the card. So let's get all the pieces in here. So for the cookie sheet, I'm going to use some Terran tape, and I'm just going to pull some off here. And I'm going to put some along the end right here. I'm going to put another line right along this end right here. And I can remove the liner. And I'm going to kind of flatten this out for a moment just so I can kind of find my true center. And I'm centering it in between the greeting and the top of the card and centered from side to side. And that looks pretty good. Push that down. And now let's do the gingerbread men. I'm going to take a piece of Terran tape for each of these guys and just put them on the back like that. And then let's just kind of get them so they're looking like they are centered. Once you like how they look, you can take the first gingerbread man and remove the liner and stick him down so he works with the other guy like that. Then do the same for the other gingerbread man. And just put him down. When he looks good, you can push him down. And there you go, a really cute card. And I think this card will bring a smile to everyone's face when they see these little gingerbread men on a cookie sheet. All the supplies you'll need to make this sweet cookie sheet card are available for purchase on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Bye for now. If you like this tutorial, be sure to check out all the free with purchase tutorials available on my blog. The Rolo's Pumpkin Wreath and Ornament tutorial is just one of the exclusive tutorials that you can choose free with a minimum purchase in my Stampin' Up! Store.